Wendy O, I knew you'd be first. Ocean Breeze, Rick D, Jen T. Hey, Jen. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, guys. You ain't gonna believe it. Yep, Wendy O is right there, man, every time. Mystery. Froggy. Guys, you really are not gonna believe this. It's unreal today. Wow, 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 wow. That's all I got to say. Red River. No, it's funny. Funny what happened. You ain't gonna believe it. Okay, everybody knows I went yesterday to file a complaint, right, with the Attorney General's office. I got an email today from YouTube. Give me a minute. Let me get to the email. So, there it is. This is to notify you that we've received a privacy complaint from an individual regarding your comment or content. Okay, these are on both of my videos that had for my complaint against complaint against City of Mustang. There's two videos. The first video, I didn't name one person in that video. Okay, by name. Okay, the only other people are on the second video. When I got to the Attorney General's office, the only names that were stated in that video, and I've watched the whole video all the way through, is one, my daughter. Okay. The other one was the Attorney General himself, and then the lady who took the complaint, but I only said her first name, which was Brenda. And that's it. Mike Hunter and Brenda, that was it. That's the only names I said on the whole video. Other than that, it was the City of Mustang, the city manager, the city attorney, and the chief of police. I'd never said their names. So they're asking me to edit those videos, and then I sent a response back. There is no one in the videos that should be redacted from the video. They are all public officials. In the first video, there are no names stated at all. Then on the second video, the only names that I stated was the Attorney General's name, Mike Hunter, and he is a public official. And then I think I was trying to spell Deborah. Deborah was the only name that I read off in the video. She works in the Attorney General's office, so she would be a public official also. All of that is public information. There is no expectation of privacy of public officials. Please clarify what name. Hey, Flex. So, that's one of the things that happened today. The next thing, I could not believe this, guys. We go to court, okay? My attorney was running a little bit late, so we went up there to check in. And I had my cell phone. I'm doing this one on my cell phone. I had my cell phone just in my hand. That's it, just in my hand. It wasn't on, or it was powered on, but it wasn't recording. It wasn't doing anything. And I had turned the volume all the way off so I wouldn't get any rings or nothing. Anytime I've ever been into a courtroom, I've always turned the ring volume completely off, put it on vibrate, whatever. Usually I don't even have it on vibrate. As soon as I stepped up to check Lindsay in, the court clerk, she said, there is no recording at all whatsoever. No video, no audio recording in this courtroom. And then she noticed my phone, and I said, it's just my phone. It's not even on. And she made me show her that I was not recording in their courtroom. And I didn't even get a word out prior to saying Lindsay's name or nothing. That she was pleading not guilty. Nothing. And then when my attorney got in, I know. And then when my attorney came in, or their attorney came in, it's not my attorney. When their attorney came in, and I went up there to the stand with him, the kid's attorney specifically said to the attorney, he knows he is not supposed to be recording in this courtroom. Is that understood? No audio, no video recording of any kind whatsoever, per the judge. So, so I have apparently pissed off every city official in the city of Mustang. I mean, she was snooty about it and everything. I mean, she had a problem with me, and I'd never even met the lady before in my whole life. I've never said hi to her, nothing. I could not believe it. My daughter couldn't believe it. My son was laughing after we got out of the courtroom. I mean, every public official in the city of Mustang is pissed off at me, and all I'm doing is trying to make sure that the police are held accountable. The police have laws to follow. They have certain rules and regulations that they cannot break. And I've requested the city attorney, or correction, the city manager said that the entire Mustang PD's policy is open to the public. It's open to the public. Anybody can ask for a copy of the policies and procedures for the Mustang PD. And he stated that in one of my other videos when I went in to complain about the fees. Okay, but yesterday after I filed the complaint, I did not expect that today. I did not. Wow. I mean, even the court clerk has a problem with me just being in their city. I could not believe it, guys. Wow, wow, wow. And she had an attitude about it. Oh man, I wish I could have recorded that, because you guys would not have believed it either. So, but yeah, so that's what happened. Both kids pled not guilty, and the attorney has it scheduled out until 10/11. It's probably going to be scheduled. I know, man. Nathan did almost lose it in the courtroom. But the attorney said they'll, as soon as he starts putting in for discovery and all of that, and just to let everybody know, I do have it on good authority that there is dash cam video of the night of the traffic stop. And hey, SC News, did you take your trip yet? Are you on the way yet? So anyway, but yeah, he's gonna put motions in for discovery, whole bunch of other stuff. Nothing but good news from him today. I gave him copies of everything I had. We talked probably after the court, or after court, for probably half hour, 45 minutes there in the parking lot. And turns out that that our attorney, he used to be a judge. So But he loves what he's doing now, so I'm so thankful I found this guy. Just to let you guys, his name is Dustin Compton. Black Label in the house. What's up, brother? Did you catch anything of what I've been or went over already, Black Label? Because if not, I will gladly repeat everything that's happened so far. Because, man, you are not going to believe it. Black Label. Okay, here's what happened. Okay, first off, this morning or this afternoon, I get an email from YouTube saying, "This is to notify you that we have received a privacy complaint from an individual regarding your content." Okay, I went through both of the videos, and they're both labeled complaint against City of Mustang. Both of them are. There's two real short videos, and I sent a response back that there is no one in the video that should be redacted from the video. They are all public officials. In the first video, there are no names stated at all. None. Not one name was stated. The only thing I stated was the city attorney, the city manager, and the chief of police, but never stated their names. And in the second video, the only two names, well, three names, Lindsay being one, and the Attorney General, Mike Hunter, being the other, and then the lady I submitted the complaint to, I think it's Deborah. That's what I wrote in back. Those are the only names that were stated. And I put, she works in the Attorney General's office, so she would be a public official also. All of this is public information. There is no expectation of privacy of public officials. Please clarify what name. Because I watched both of the videos like 4 times to make sure that I didn't hear any other names. And then today, when we go into court, we go up to the counter to check in, and I've got my phone in my hand. It's not on, it's not recording or nothing. And as soon as I stepped up, the court clerk, she said, "There's no recording of any kind in this courtroom. No audio, no video. Is that understood?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, and I said, "It's just my phone. It's not recording." And she made me show her my phone to confirm that it wasn't recording. She made me show it to her. And then, so we pled, Nathan and Lindsay pled not guilty. They moved the court. They first moved it to next month on the 13th. And then the kids' attorney showed up, and he got it sent to the to October 11th, 10/11. But then it's probably going to be pushed up again. He's putting in motions for discovery and all kinds of other stuff. I do have it on good authority, Black Label, and it was confirmed by a source that I trust that there is video footage of the traffic stop from the dash cams. So I'm glad to hear that. My attorney's actually going to be getting all of that, getting subpoenas for all of that, and so we'll really get to see. Oh, he thinks we got a great case. So we really do have a great case. And just in case you didn't hear what his name was, his name is Dustin Compton. He's out of El Reno. Man, he's real sharp. But I'm looking forward to this. Apparently, I have literally pissed off every public official in the city of Mustang. So, man, I'm ready to charge full forward and full bore on this all the way. But yeah, so I'm officially the black sheep of Mustang right now. Nobody likes me at all. Correct. Fourth Amendment violations. I mean, all that's coming out. He's got some great points. That I mean, I wish I could go over them with you right now. But he said we got to leave that for court. Bev. So, but I mean, we had a great conversation after we got out of court. When my attorney or the kids' attorney finally got there, we went up to the. I went up to the counter with him so he could check in and give the right to represent letter to the court, and the court clerk again made it clear to their attorney that I am not to record, not to make any recordings of any kind in their courtroom. And he didn't understand at first, and then I told him after we went outside what was going on, and he couldn't believe she had reacted like that. Dashcam footage. That's part of my complaint that I sent in to the Attorney General, Red River. But my attorney says I didn't need to do that to the Attorney General because he'll make sure he gets it. And then he's going to give me copies of everything. So, but I have it on good authority that there is excuse me, guys, there is dashcam video. They lied to me and said that it didn't exist, and he's going to make sure that gets brought out too. And then there's something on there that apparently somebody didn't like, and that's why I didn't get it. So, Oklahoma Community Watch, what's up? So, but yeah, they're my attorney. He's on the ball, man. He's got a big list of stuff that he's going to be doing in the next couple of days to get everything he's requesting. It's one thing to put off giving it under an Open Records Request Act. It's another thing to lie about it. That brings big penalties, possibly even criminal charges. So, and that's what he specifically stated. So, I'm pretty excited about that. But he is going to make sure I get copies of everything. He's going to follow up with all my Open Records Request Acts because I gave him every one of them. He's going to follow up on all those. So, but anyway, I could not believe it. So, I'm officially Mustang public enemy #1. Judges don't like me. Court clerks don't like me. City attorney doesn't like me. City manager doesn't like me. Probably all the council members don't like me. The chief of police don't like me. None of the police officers like me. And I'm just a law-abiding citizen. I know you would. I'm pretty kind-hearted, man. I've got a loud bark, but not a big bite. I'd love to see you here, man. But I'm sticking to my guns, guys. I'm going to be out there recording every chance I get. It's legal to do. Per Section 78-4.0, following emergency vehicles. This is an Oklahoma statute. It shall be unlawful for a driver of any vehicle other than one on official business to follow any emergency vehicle or to purposely drive to any location on or near a highway where a disaster area exists. So that right there, I mean, that's Oklahoma statute. Okay, so as long as I don't follow them to a disaster area, I can follow them all night long. All night long. So I'm going to be out there. That's all it says. It shall be unlawful for the driver of any vehicle other than one on official business to follow any emergency vehicle or to purposely drive to a location on or near a highway where a disaster exists. Any person violating this section shall, upon conviction, be subject to penalties set forth by Section 1-8. That's literally all it states. So, yeah, I know. Put my autograph on every one of them. Yeah, I know, huh? But Oklahoma Statute 1211 or 21 Oklahoma Statute subsection 1211. Following emergency vehicles. So I did request a complete copy of the Mustang Police Department's policies and procedures. And I'm going to go through every one of them with a fine-tooth comb. So, and you know what? That's what people should be doing. Holding these police officers accountable, making sure they're doing their jobs right. And if these city and public officials are upset because I'm a law-abiding citizen that's paying my taxes, that is following every law that I'm supposed to follow, why aren't they held to that same thing? Let's see. Oh, and I just want to state, that way City of Mustang understands I am not a sovereign citizen. Okay? I believe in my government. I believe in law enforcement. What I don't believe in is police officers this day and age, quote, this day and age, thinking they're above the law, thinking that laws don't apply to them, thinking that their operating standard operating procedures they don't need to follow. No. That's not what I'm about. If we have to follow the law, so do you. That's what I'm about. See, Mark, I'm trying to read yours. That is so vague. Can't follow. It doesn't say you can't follow them. It says you can't follow them. Specifically, it states you can't follow them to a disaster, on or near a highway where a disaster area exists. So it doesn't say you can't follow them. It says you can't follow them to where a disaster area exists. Yeah, me following them has nothing to do with a disaster. And I heard that by a source of mine, that they actually do have the dash cam video. MD, that's where I got that from. What if I'm going the same way they are? Oh, I know. Yeah. Let me get down here. So, but that's what I'm all about, guys. I'm not about bringing government down and being anti-government. I believe in my government. I serve for my country. I swore an oath. And I think that everybody who swears that oath ought to defend it, till the death. And these police officers nowadays, they've forgotten about that oath that they took. Okay. If a police officer sees another police officer breaking the law, that police officer who witnessed it needs to step up and do something about the police officer who broke the law. That's the way I feel about that. Period. So I'm not anti-government, and I want that very clear. I'm all about the government. Okay, we have the greatest government in the freaking world, and I'm behind them 100%. But what I'm against is police officers acting outside the law, breaking the law, tweaking the law a little bit so they can get their way. No, there ain't no tweaking nothing. You follow the letter of the law, you don't get in trouble. People aren't going to come record you. They're not going to, I mean, you have nothing to worry about because you don't have to lie. Every one of you lied on your reports. So, I mean, that's what I'm about. Is there a comma before the disaster area part? No. Here it is right here. That's the whole thing. I don't know if you guys can read that right. There is no... That's right. They've got to follow the Constitution and the oath that the law enforcement took. Period. Okay, I took the same oath that they did. And I'm going to fight all enemies, foreign and domestic. And right now, my fight's right here on my home soil. Oh, I paused when I read it. I know. I'm not a very good out loud reader. English was one of my worst subjects in high school, but one of my better subjects in college. But I didn't have to get up in college and read papers in front of everybody. I just had to submit them. So. I don't know. I think it's got to be a known disaster area. Where a disaster area exists. It's got, I mean, and I think they're talking like a tornado hits or hurricane hits, something like that. Or we get bombed. Yeah, those are the police are the sovereign citizens, because they don't believe in that oath they took. They don't believe in that oath at all. As soon as you freaking cross that line, you do an illegal search, you do an illegal pat down, you do, I mean, anything illegal like that. I mean, you've just broken your oath. You don't deserve to wear that badge. You don't deserve to wear that badge at all. Wow. I think every police officer has to take a creative writing class. But no, and that's what bugs me is that these police officers, I mean, as soon as they step outside that line, as soon as that toe reaches across that line, okay, and I'm not perfect at all. I've sped. I mean, give me a ticket, I'll pay it. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. I violated a statute or whatever, write me a ticket. I'll pay it. If I'm guilty, I'll pay it. But as soon as you step outside the legal realm of what you're supposed to be doing, and especially being a police officer, that's your job. As soon as you, I mean, there's the letter of law, and that's it. So, but I again reiterate, I am not a sovereign citizen. I believe in our government. I believe in our country. I think we've got the best country on the planet. And I will defend her, I mean, to my last breath. And right now, my fight's right here. I found my fight again, and this is where it's at. So if you don't like it, then maybe you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Because it's my right to investigate and to make sure that our public officials are doing their jobs fairly, honestly, and to the best of their ability. And if there's something wrong with what you're doing, and you think you have something to hide, if you think you've got something to hide, then you already stepped over that line. So you better hurry up, quit your job, and get out before I uncover it. Because I'm coming for everybody. That's all they do. Police, that's all they do. That's right. She stands up there holding that torch, that liberty torch, for a reason. And I'm here... and I'm here in Mustang to make sure that they understand that's what I'm fighting for. If you've done something wrong, I'm going to find a way to uncover it and bring it to light. I mean, I know I don't have the viewers that Black Label does, but you know what? It's going to be publicized. It's going to be out there in public. So, I will find it. As soon as you start lying to me, that's it, man. The chief lied to me in his office. That was enough for me. Then all of their officers lie about you have to show your ID anytime a police officer asks you. No, you don't. Fourth Amendment states you don't. You have the right to be secure in your persons, papers, places, and effects. So, if I don't want you to know who I am, you don't need to know who I am. Just cuff me and take me to jail. So, correct. Think that if you're charged with a crime, then you're automatically guilty, and that too many people think that. Too many people think that. And that's what I don't understand. So many stories. Get this through my thick head because I don't understand it. Okay? For so many years, when you go up on the stand against a police officer, 9 times out of 10, that police officer is going to be believed before you. How many times do we have to show the public that the police officers lied in their statements, the police officers lied to the judge, the police officers lied to the jury? I mean, how many times do we have to show them police officers are trained to lie? They're going to lie every chance they get. Okay? That's where it's got to be fixed. If you're not truthful, get the heck out of the job you're in. Let's find somebody who's going to be truthful. Let's get those people trained and get them trained right. Okay? That's what the police departments need to be looking for. Okay? Not somebody who doesn't freaking give a crap except, hey, I'm here to collect a paycheck. No, that's not what being a police officer should be about. Me joining the military, that's not what me collecting a check, that's not what I joined for. I joined to be a member of something, to give back to my country. That up until I joined the military when I was 16 years 6 months old. Okay, so I went in very, very, very young, and younger than most people that do. And I didn't for a year and a half. It took a year and a half for me to be in the military before I even turned 18. So it took me another few years to turn 21. So, and I couldn't even have a beer until I turned 21. So, but yeah, no. I mean, if you're not happy, if you have to start lying in your job and you feel good about lying, I mean, something's majorly wrong and twisted in your head. Okay, police officers should be and are held to a higher standard. When they start lying, all credibility goes out the window. Fire him, get rid of him, freaking hire somebody else who is going to uphold that sworn duty that they've sworn to protect. Okay. Correct. Passengers are not required to show ID. Okay. And he had no reasonable, he didn't suspect them of committing a crime or anything at that point, because they're just passengers in a vehicle. Saw them coming out of a driveway. That's it. Nobody got out of the vehicle. Nothing. So, correct. Once a liar, always a liar. And believe me, we've got them on in the written documents, and we've got them on our video recordings. Okay, lying. Sergeant Burnett, one of the biggest liars of the bunch. Sergeant Meadows, one of the biggest liars of the bunch. The chief of police, one of the biggest liars of the bunch. If the chief of police is training his officers that anybody you come in contact with, you get their ID or arrest them, okay, he needs to go too. Okay, if that's the way he's training his police officers, then he needs to go also. Because I'll go after his job next. Dick Jones. We went into court, pled not guilty. Before I even got to say a word, I was standing up there, had my phone in my hand, and before I even got to say anything, the court clerk said there will be no recording in this courtroom, no audio, no video of any kind. And I said, I'm not. It's just my phone. It's off. And she made me show her my phone to show her that it was not recording. And then she reiterated it again when the kids' attorney got there. And she told their attorney, his name's Dustin Compton, by the way, out of El Reno, with Compton Associates, that she made sure she told him, and he understood that I was not to record at all. So, yeah, so that's what happened in court today. We've been set for trial on 10/11. That's first day we go to court. More than likely, that's going to change again. But yeah, so guys, I just want to come and tell you guys that, tell you what happened in court today, let you guys know a little bit what I'm about. Okay, I'm not a sovereign citizen. I believe everybody should have to follow the rules, follow the laws. Okay, I'm all for our government. I think we've got a great government. We just have some things we've got to work out, and I don't think there's a better government anywhere in the world. I believe in law enforcement, but I don't believe in police officers that step outside the lines of what they're supposed to do, following the Constitution, following the laws that are put in place to protect us, to protect other citizens. When those cops start stepping outside the lines and tweaking that freaking law just a little bit, or tweaking the search just a little bit, and thinking it's okay, that's what I'm against. Okay? Police need to start being held accountable every single day. Okay? If they can't do their jobs right, get the hell out. Let somebody else go in there who can do their job right. Do it right the first time, and not have to lie on their documents and then sometime, eventually that lie is going to catch up to you. Either in court, somehow that lie is going to catch up. You're going to forget the steps you took to get to that lie, and it's going to come out. Period. It's hard to cover up a lie. The truth is the truth. There's only one way to tell it. Okay? And that's it. You don't have to think about it. Nothing. When you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth. There's no storytelling about that. Okay? You don't have to think about what you need to remember to keep backing it up. When you start lying on your reports, start lying to the public, that's when you have to start covering your butt because you forget what you said. So, so far, every police officer I've seen in Mustang, so far they're all that way. So, the top of the freaking block is part of it. If he's going to lie to my face and tell me that if any of my officers ask you for ID, you have to present your ID. No, I do not. Okay, so he's one of the first ones that need to go. If he's going to train his officers to be that way, he needs to go. Okay, that's plain and simple. You're teaching your police officers to break the law. Okay, we have the right to our anonymity. Okay, the right to be a silent individual, someone you don't need to know their name. Of course, they all know my name by now. But if a person wants for you not to know who they are, they haven't done anything wrong, they're not suspected of a crime. If they're just suspicious, okay, suspicion isn't a crime in itself. Okay, there is no legal statute for being suspicious. Just because you have a hunch or you want to freaking get your way, okay, being suspicious is not a crime. And if you want to sit there and question them and they say, well, go for it. Figure out what you got to figure out. Okay, that's their right to remain silent. Police unions are so crooked. I don't believe it really in any union, though. I believe in the military, but they're not a union. When you go to serve your country, you're making that commitment to serve your country for a purpose that you have in your heart. Okay, that's what the military is all about. It's not about union. And I don't like all these people having to give their money to these union reps and these freaking higher-ups, the presidents of the union. I mean, you're paying their bills and they're not doing nothing. It drives me nuts. When I worked in commercial construction, man, I every time they asked me if I wanted to join their union, no, I'm good. You're not taking my money for nothing. So, and the police, I mean, they're the biggest gang, and they've got the most corrupt system and the most corrupt way of thinking. Just unreal that they're above the law and we need to bow down to their authority. We do not, guys. We need to stand up and rise above it. We need to let them know, hey, the time is now. Start doing your job right or go find a different career. There's 100 other people that'll take your job and do it the right way. So, but anyway, guys, Probably kept everybody on long enough, ranting and raving. I just wanted to let you guys know what happened today, and then give you guys an idea of what I'm about. I'm all about lawless, being lawful. I'm all for the police, even though they don't think so. But I'm for the police when they do it the right way. So, guys, thank you all. Felix, Joshua, everybody in here, Red River, MD, Mike Miller, or Mark Miller, sorry, Mark. Yeah, qualified immunity. I mean, I don't stand for that. I mean, that's, if they break the law, they broke the law, period. There should be no immunity. That should not be a right granted to them because they wear that badge. If they broke the law, they broke the law. I will. Lindsay loves you guys, man, so much. So does Nathan. Yeah, Reed's here too, actually, tonight, so I'll tell him. But guys, I'm going to sign off here, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, everybody. Tay, you have a good night. Tay Lynn. I'll talk to everybody soon. Later.